You notice things most people don't. The pause before someone answers, the shift in tone, the way someone says, I'm fine, but isn't. And you wish you could turn it off, because once you see it, you don't just see it, you feel it. You replay it, analyze it, stretch it into meanings it may never have had. And somehow, even in a room full of people, you feel alone inside your own head. Picture this. You're with friends. Everyone's laughing, relaxed, present. But you're slightly outside the moment. Not physically, mentally. You're watching everything. Who's trying too hard? Who feels ignored? Who's slightly off? Someone makes a joke. Everyone laughs. You laugh too. But a second later, your mind asks, wait, was that actually funny? Or was that tension? And just like that, you drift. From being in the moment to analyzing it. That's what being too aware feels like. It's not just overthinking, it's hyper-awareness. Your brain is always scanning, always reading between the lines. You pick up on micro-expressions, subtle changes, unspoken emotions, and your mind treats all of it like it matters, even when it doesn't. Pause for a moment. Think about the last time you texted someone. Did you just send the message and move on? Or did you reread it, wonder how it sounded, wait for the reply, and then analyze the reply? Now ask yourself, did any of that actually help you? Or did it just make you more anxious? People who are too aware don't just live in reality. They live in interpretations of reality. Two layers at once, what actually happened and what it might mean. And over time, the might starts to feel real. A short reply becomes distance. A delay becomes rejection. A quiet tone becomes disinterest. No proof. But it feels convincing. This is why small things feel heavy. Because your mind doesn't let them stay small. It expands them, questions them, turns them into patterns. You're not just living life. You're decoding it. Constantly. And here's the part people don't see. You understand others deeply, but feel misunderstood yourself. Because how do you explain this? How do you tell someone, my mind doesn't stop noticing things, without sounding dramatic? So you don't. You just carry it quietly. But there's a reason your mind works this way. At some point, awareness became protection. You learned that paying attention helped you stay safe. If you can read people, you won't be caught off guard. If you can predict outcomes, you won't get hurt the same way. So your brain adapted. It stayed alert all the time. The problem is, it never learned when to stop. Pause again. Right now. Are you just listening to these words? Or are you also analyzing them, connecting them to your life, judging how accurate they are? That's it. That's the habit. Here's how it starts affecting your life. You meet someone new. At first, it feels natural, easy, but slowly, your awareness kicks in. You start noticing small shifts. They replied a little differently. Their tone changed slightly. Nothing major, but enough. And your mind starts building possibilities. What if they're losing interest? What if I said something wrong? So you pull back. Not because something is wrong, but because something might be. And that might quietly changes everything. This is the hidden cost of being too aware. You don't just avoid pain, you also limit connection. Because connection needs presence, not constant analysis. And presence feels risky when your mind is always preparing. But here's the twist most people miss. Your awareness isn't the problem. Your relationship with it is. Right now, you treat every thought like it matters, every feeling like it needs an answer, every moment like it needs to be understood. But that's exhausting and unnecessary. What if not everything needs meaning? What if a delay is just a delay? A quiet moment is just silence? What if you don't have to solve every interaction? Just experience it. At first, that feels uncomfortable because you're used to control, to clarity, to figuring things out. But slowly, something shifts. You start letting moments pass without chasing them. You stop replaying every word. You allow things to be unfinished. And in that space, you feel something rare, calm. Not because everything makes sense, but because it doesn't have to. Being too aware isn't a weakness. It means you see deeply, feel deeply. But depth doesn't have to become pressure. You don't have to carry every detail. You don't have to follow every thought. You don't have to turn every moment into a conclusion. Sometimes, peace comes from not knowing, from not analyzing, from just being there, fully, without the extra layer. And maybe that's the shift. Not becoming less aware, but learning to let some things go before they turn into something heavier than they were ever meant to be.